growth, but which brings sensitivity, which brings disturbing, easily get disturbed. To protect that, one needs to have a cushion of certain attitude towards life situation, etc. It is born of, any attitude is born of understanding, knowledge. And so that is required. And that here, basically everyone's life is woven in Ishvara. One needs a better understanding of Ishvara, which will help to grow a certain attitude in you towards various situations, which will make you free from reactions, which are born of your final likes and dislikes. What I am saying is, well, ultimately, you should know that here, understanding of Ishvara is, well, he is the sole author of the creation. There is nothing which I own. This assimilation of this itself brings a lot of cushion in your life. So in this life, where what we have does not belong to us, we are here for a period of time that we don't know also. That also we don't know. Anyway, so when the body came, it came along with a certain potential to grow, and it is growing. And you just keep eating food, and you feel you are ready for marriage now. Just you jump around and you are ready. Physically you grow. All potential is there. Nature's law is there. Nature is working. Ishvara is working. And there seems to be a very perfect understanding of our basic necessities also on the part of Ishvara. Those all are provided. Hunger, thirst, etc. there, food is there, water, etc. is there. So it's complete understanding on the part of Ishvara for our basic necessities. So all that we discover also in this world, in our life, etc. is also there, already there. So we created nothing, not even an ounce we have created. So that is why in this 10th chapter, Bhagavad said, well, you cannot have a authorship, basically, to any of these things found in the creation. You cannot own even a single thing of which you can say that you are a creator. So if you are not a creator, you are not a owner. Simple rule is, whoever is a creator is a owner. Starting from the body, right? Everything is provided, is given, basically. That's how they always give an example of a house. When you buy a house, you say you are an owner of the house. Practically it is on the paper, really speaking. You will be there for some time to stay. That's it. So you use it, and basically you are a temporary guardian kind of a thing, responsible for its upkeep. Like you borrow a book from a library. So basically you check it out and you take and then you bring it home. So you possess that book for some time, use it, read it, etc. But then you give it back. Because you are simply a possessor, not a owner. Library is a owner. Anyway, so basically our possessions, whatever we say we are owner in this world, simply they are in our possession, basically, in a good faith that we will use it properly, and eventually we will have to return. Yeah, everything will leave behind. It is coming, I will tell them. Everything will leave behind. Whatever we say, it belongs to me, all that will leave behind, including God. And therefore, so we might hold or be certain and use the things also, but there is no true ownership. But it's good that you to say that I am owner of so and so house. Is good that by that you are declaring that I am not owner of all the houses in the street, or I am not the owner of all the houses in the city. That's good. So on paper, this is an arrangement. It's good, but really speaking, we don't own anything. That's what Bhagavad said here. Yadyat vibhuti matsatvam Srimado Gita Deva Tatta Deva Vagachatvam Mama Tejamsha Sambhavam. Basically, Bhagavan says, I am the material cause for the entire creation. We have not seen yet this verse, it's a 41st verse. But I am talking about the significance of glories, why we should know the glories, etc. So, Bhagavan says, I am the material cause of this creation, and therefore any glory, any vibhuti is mine. Air blows, that is I. The sun shines, that is I. And the wisdom in a wise man is me. The strength in a strong person is me. Eyes are able to see, well, that's my vibhuti. Ears are able to hear, well, it's my vibhuti. Among the mountains are Himalaya, well, among the rivers are the Ganges, and among the peaks are Everest. So, anywhere, any excellence you find, anywhere, any extraordinary thing you find, well, you understand it is my glory, it is me only. So, even though I am everywhere, but for first you learn to see me in certain special things. Yeah. So, in appreciating the object as the glory of the Lord, well, you connect yourself to the whole, to the Lord. Otherwise, you connect only to an object, in a subject-object relationship. You connect to an object, right? But basically, in recognizing Ishvara's glory, you are immediately connected to the Lord, not to the object. Even though there is a connection, visibly there is a connection between subject and object, you and the world, but if you see a presence of Lord, especially in the beginning in some extraordinary things, where you are immediately connected to the Lord, not just to the object. That brings an entirely different type of a relationship. And that those kind of things will give you cushion to your sensitivity to the world in terms of likes and dislikes. So that they are not able to generate reactions. Your understanding of Ishvara definitely brings an attitude towards the world, right? Which will work as a cushion for your sensitivity, born of the final likes and dislikes. And thereby, your mind will have a relative poise, even by relating to the Lord, relating to the world. You will have a relative poise, peace. And with that, you will have discovered that you are the peace. So this is the purpose of basically seeing the vibhutis in life. People generally say, well, grossness is good in terms of likes and dislikes, because suddenly more sensitive we become, more we get disturbed. But no, along with the sensitivity, one has to develop a certain inner strength. That's what it is saying here. Now we have to see this. In fact, we started this verse, Sargana Madhyantasya Madhyam Cheva Arjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravadatamaham, 32nd verse. Sarga means any kind of an activity. So, of the various actions you perform, talking, eating, all these actions, well, Bhagavan says in any activity, you are the beginning of the activity, you are the middle and you are the end. Adihi Antaha Madhyam, etc. And the best action is action of creation. The act of creation and the action that protects and sustains and the action of destruction ultimately, which are the most important in this world. So Bhagavan says, I am the beginning of this. I am the one who creates, I am the one who sustains, I am the one in which everything resolves, etc. Or we can interpret it a little differently. The action begins from the sankalpa. Let me do this. The sankalpa. That is Adihi, beginning. So one says that sankalpa is me. For any activity, first it is born here. Right? In forms of let me go to class, etc. Like that. Let me go to class. That idea comes, thought comes. Well, Bhagavan says, I am that sankalpa. Then you come here. It's a process of coming, process of doing, etc. That is also Bhagavan says, myself. And the result of coming over here, gaining knowledge, etc. also Bhagavan says is me. So there is nothing else besides me. That's how you see that. So there is, then it says, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Among various disciplines of knowledge, Vidya, among various disciplines of knowledge, I am Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma means Atmanam Adhikritya Adhyatma. Adhikritya means centered on. centered on Atma, or centered on Atma, the knowledge which is centered on Atma, the knowledge whose subject matter is Atma. That is called Adhyatma Vidya. One says that is me. Why? Because knowing Atma, you become free from the ignorance. In other disciplines of knowledge, that never happens. More you know, you do PhDs and then postdoctoral, you go into that, you find that thousands of things you don't know. In fact, you will have a very now entrenched judgment about myself that I am so ignorant, right? This is the only knowledge where ignorance goes away completely, because you don't say I am ignorant, you say I am Satchidananda. I am the knowledge by which all the knowledges are possible, and consciousness by which all knowledges are possible. And therefore, Adhyatma Vidya is the base thing. And as such, knowing everything as myself, the truth of everything is myself, Chidananda, etc. Consciousness, limited consciousness, and therefore, ultimately, Bhagavad says, you become free from. That's how a wise person is also called omniscient, Sarvagya. Yeah. That is being said in Upanishad also. So omniscient in this sense, not knowing the detail of every name and form, but knowing the content of everything as oneself. And the truth of everything is oneself. That's a Adhyatma. And detail Ishvara knows. To know the details, you need a special type of a mind which is called Maya. And we have a small mind by which we cannot know the details. We know few things about any name and form. That's okay. Anyway, then Bhagavan says, Vadaha pravadatam aham vadaha. So there are different types of discussions in different groups. Bhagavan says, I am the very fact-finding discussion in varieties of the people who are discussing. So, fact-finding discussion is called, truth-finding discussion is called Vada. There are other types of discussion where that kind of thing is not there. There is a Jalpa. There is a Jalpa. A particular type of discussion is called Jalpa. Jalpa means where you want to prove your own point. Yena kena, by any means. Wow. Especially these things happen between believers. Because nobody can prove. But one doesn't want to, give up one's own belief. Otherwise, how will I survive? Therefore, you want to prove your own point. You are not interested in a fact finding, interested in finding the truth. You want to prove your point that you are right. That's called ahankara. And the other type of discussion is a vitanda, where you want to prove that other is wrong. You are not interested to prove you are right, but you are only interested to prove other is wrong. One of the participants in the group is saying something and you are ready beforehand to prove him wrong. That's called Vitanda. So then, in both this Jalpa and Vitanda, what prevails is Ahankara. What prevails is confusions. Whereas in Vada, which is a fact-finding, truth-finding discussion, definitely one says there is me, because in any discussion, finally the truth is Ishvara. Finally, the truth is Ishvara, and therefore Bhagavan says Pravadata. And so, of all the people who are engaging discussions, Pravadata, I am fact-finding discussion. So, this is what is said here. Let's go to verse 33. Aksharanamakarosmi Dvandvasvamasikasya Ahameva Kshaya Kalaha धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः Aksharanam, in fact, before in 27th, I think, 20, Vyasmikakshara, etc. And the number I have forgotten. But one said before, Giram Asmi Aham Ekakshara. It has come, the number I have, don't remember now. 25. Yes. Maharshinam Bruguraham Giram Asmi Ekakshara. Giram. Among all the words, I am Ekakshara. I am a monosyllabic word. And that is Om. Om is a monosyllabic word. And so the Ja also is a monosyllabic word. Bhagwan doesn't want to. I just said that Bhagwan says I am a tea, etc. But so, in Gujarati they call cha. It is chai. Yeah. And so, in Ahmedabad it happened. Then there was some yajna, ritual was going on with, and all these priests were there. And their common medium of interaction is Sanskrit. And so after a part of the ritual was over, then one of the main priest told the other priest who has come along that he said, well, Ekaksharam Anaya, may you bring monosyllabic things. What is that? That fellow brought a tea. Then he said, tea is in Gujarati is called cha, that is monosyllabic word. And my point is, among all the words in any language, with the content of all the words in all the languages is this Om. Because to chant Om, first is you open the mouth, Akara, and you close the mouth, Makara. You open the mouth and close the mouth in between everything. To chant, to utter even a single letter, you have to open the mouth. And I will further explain here. So, Aksharanam aham aksharaha asmi. So, Aksharanam, among all the letters, I am the letter A. When in English it starts with A. Anyway, the first sound, basically, it's the most fundamental sound or letter, because when you open the mouth and air which is passed out, you bring out, you open the mouth and just air which is passed out, what comes out is and then you modify. E. But first you open the mouth. What comes out, the basic sound is Then E and U and A. All. In fact, first sound comes out then keep it open. Little more air you bring it out. Entire cover comes out. That's how we have, this is a very interesting thing, it's the science of phonetics. Amazing thing it is. We have 8 places of 8 points of origination of the sound, letters. One is this kanta, right? Throat. Ka, kha, ga. And then you chant and take a little help of nose. Ka, kha, ga, So then you take help of little nose also. Then further is a palate. So they say ichu yashanam talu. E. Then cha. You have to keep open, but then cha, ja, z. Like that. So like Then take help of a cerebrum. Tongue touches. Mouth is open. Mouth is closed, you can't check. You can't utter a single sound. But you keep open and then help of cerebrum. Ritu Rashana Murdha. Murdha means cerebrum. Ri. Then ta. Could you follow what I'm saying? Then come to the teeth. Your teeth, your tongue touches the teeth. Ritu Rasanam Danta. La. Da, ta, tha, da, tha, na. Then take help of lips, and you will be able to chant pa, 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 pa. Whatever is there, you have to open the mouth. As you open the mouth, the basic sound is that basic sound gets modified into all sounds. All sounds means all letters. All letters means all words. All words means language. A Chinese also speak a Chinese. He has to open the mouth. And the basic sound is American speaks, right? He opens the mouth. The basic sound, American, English, French, or even Gujarati or Bangla or anything. All languages is an amazing thing. This is called a science of phonetics, which reveals that the basic sound is akara. All are just modifications of that. Exactly like a flute. In a musical instrument, like a flute, you just blow air into that. That will be a basic sound. And then you put there are holes in that flute. You put your finger on that, and appropriately a different sound comes. But the basic sound is there, right? A modified sound comes. A particular note comes out. They say the greatest musical instrument ever made is this human voice. Because all other instruments have notes, but they don't have a lyrics, and they don't have that bhava also. Human voice has definitely notes, has a lyrics, and has a nuance, bhava, that also is there. The way you utter a word will carry a certain bhava also. So that is how it is. Anyway, so the basic sound, akaraha, kshana. Among all the sounds, among all the letters, and the later, every other sound is a modification of that. So, Bhagavan says, I am a very basic sound in all that, and therefore, in all the sounds, of all languages, all letters, all languages, all words, Bhagavan says, my presence is all the time there. So anybody speaks any language, don't react immediately. What kind of a language he has? What kind of a Understand the basic sound is Ishvara, which is nothing is away from me. And no word, no sound is away from me. Anyway, so akaranam, aksharanam, akaranam. Then Bhagavan says, Dvandaha swamasikasya cha. This also, you may feel little like class of a grammar, but really I don't want to bore you with that. But you should know why Bhagavan says a particular thing. We should know. So I will see that you will not get bored with this, but I want to say a few things about that. Samasa means a compound word. When two or more words are combined to make a new word with a new meaning. It's there in English. Many words are basketball, Gita class. Look at that. Gita class. Gita one, class another. Then notebook, raincoat, you mean? And so lighthouse. All is there compounds. But it is, definitely in English it is simple usage. you don't want to use prepositions. So you just combine them. Like you say, Swamiji, is there a Gita class today? What kind of a compound is? No rule. You just combine two words. Because you don't want to speak that class of Gita. You don't want to say off. So you say Gita class. Right? So this is a simple usage in English, compound. But in Sanskrit it's with a rule. It's a well developed usage. With a certain rule you can combine the words. Not just two. Big. Word begins on the top of the page and it continues throughout the page. Word, not sentence. Word. They are there. I don't want to go into that. And I can give you a hint in Kalidasa's work. You will see that. We are not interested then. We will just get up and go. And then but anyway, so samasa. For Bhagavad has used word samasika. Samasika means samasanam samuha. A group of samasa. There are varieties of samasa. Samasa means samyak asyate iti samasa. Two words are placed together to make a new word with a certain rules which will bring out a new meaning. That's called samasa. And so in Sanskrit language we have two beautiful things. One is this samasa compounds and other is a nouns made up of nouns. Beautiful. Amazing thing it is. Like Kaunteya, you must have heard this. Kaunteya. It is made up, this Kaunteya word is made up of another word. That's called Kunti. When you make it Kaunteya out of Kunti, it carries a specific sense. Here in Kaunteya, you will say, well, he is the son of Kunti. So, given a particular person is named from either of the parent side. Yeah. So Rama is called what? Dasharati. Look at that. Dasharati. Means his father is who? Dasharatha. It's amazing. That is how the language we have. So what is Dasharatha? They made another word. Dasharatha. Which indicates that he is a son of Dasharatha. So like that. Anyway, a Pandava. Look at that. Pandava. Pandu is the word from that is made. The son of or descendants of Pandu. Etc. So anyway, and the other is this samasa. Now, Bhagavan says aham dvandva. Dvandva is a variety of a samasa. So there are four main varieties of making compounds. Four varieties. Generally, our compound, let's take two words combined. When two words are combined and you make a new word, yet the predominance or the importance of one of the word will be there in the meaning of the final word. Yeah. Either importance of the first word will be there, or then it's one type of samasa. Importance of the second last word will be there, then it's a different type of samasa. And there is a samasa where both the words have equal importance. That's how it is. So, first is this, Avyayi Bhava samasa. They call Avyayi Bhava. Where the first word is indeclinable. Avyaya means indeclinable. I will give you the word, samasa word. They say Upakrishnam. Upakrishnam, Upa means near. Krishna means Krishna. So Upakrishnam means one who is near to the Krishna. So in this, importance of what? Krishna or Upa? Upa. We want to indicate some person who is near Krishna. Therefore, Upa has a more importance. So this is a one variety where the first word has a more importance over the other. Clear? That's a Veda. Then second is a Tatpurusha. If you don't follow, please let me know. I can stop it. But I'm saying in a very simple way. Second is the Tatpurusha Samasa. Second variety. In which the second word, the last word, has a more importance. Chora Bhayam. Chor, thief, Bhayam, fear. Means what? Fear from thief. So what is more important? We are wanting to talk about the fear, right? We want to talk about fear. Therefore, Chora Bhayam, in that compound, the second word, Bhayam, has more importance. Right? Therefore, this is another variety of the samasa. Then, there is a third variety, where either of the word has no importance, but when they combine and indicate a third thing, that has importance. Yeah. You know the words. If I tell you, you will wonder. Pitambara, must have heard. Pitambara. Pita means yellow. Ambara means cloth. Yellow cloth. Somebody in him, no. You know that this is the name of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Pitambara means one who has wear yellow cloth. So these two words are combined, but they don't have importance. They are indicating a third thing which has importance. So there is a third variety. Could you follow? The Buddhism is to give an example. Eka karnam anaya. Anaya means bring. Eka karnam. Eka karnam. Ear. Bring one ear. The Guru has told a Shishya that bring one ear. So a person has taken a sharp knife, and whoever has come first, he cut his ear and put in the plate and said, then Guru said, O Buddhu, Ek Karnama means bring a person who has one-eared person. Could you follow? Being a person who has just one ear, the other ear is not there. Birth or etc. So this is the thing. So Eka Karnam, Eka and Karna has no importance. The person who has a one ear has importance. Good follow? And therefore this is a different variety. But Bhagwan said the fourth variety. Dvandva is the fourth, where both have equal importance. Bharata Shatrugna. Look at it. Two words I have combined. Bharata Shatrugna. So Bharata Shatrugna, Bharata and Shatrugna both have equal importance. That's a samasa. So Bhagavan says that where both the words are equal importance, well, that is where I am. Why? Because Lord, I am equally present in the entire creation. Therefore, even in a samasa where both have an equal importance, that is me. Samoham sarva bhuteshu, etc. Samoham, samaha aham samaha. I am equally present, like the space. Space is equally present in all the things, right? Space does not have any partiality with anything. So Bhagavan says, I am equally present as the very self in all. Therefore, all are basically my forms. Everything has an equal importance. And therefore, I am Dvandva, Bhagavan says, among the compounds. Now, then he says, Akshayaha aham tala. Aham akshayaha tala. Time. So there are two meanings given for this time here. Bhagavan says, first is Akshaya. Akshaya means nakshayati, which does not come to an end. The time which never comes to an end. The entire world comes in time and goes in time. Right? So definitely everything is affected by the time and comes in time, goes in time. Time is something which is perennially flowing, like a Ganges water. If you go now to Rishikesh, you see Ganges water flowing. And you go next year, flowing. Water is not the same, it is not stagnant, continuously new flow, but it is perennially flowing. Time is like a perennial flow, continuously there. Since it is perennially flowing, it is called Akshaya. Akshaya means does not come to an end. So I am the time which is perennially eternal, perennially eternal. Every day it's a new day. Every moment is a new moment, right? But definitely it is continuously flowing. So Akshaya Kala, there is one meaning of that. Second meaning, Bhashakaya Shankaracharya says is, I am the time which is eternal, because I am the time of the time. I am the very creator of the time. Time exists in consciousness. Consciousness does not exist in time, because in a deep sleep state, the time dissolves. You are very much there. So obviously time has not resolved in a deep sleep state. If time is there, you, the consciousness, are also there, then you will be definitely conscious of the time, because your consciousness, time is also there. And like right now, your consciousness, conscious being, and I am there, you are conscious of me. Same, if time is there in a deep sleep state and consciousness is also there, then you will be aware of the time, conscious of the time. But you find that in a deep sleep state, time is resolved, but you are very much there. Therefore, you are timeless consciousness. In fact, time exists in you. So you are eternal time. This time which is the part of the world is perennially flowing, right? It is there, but it will resolve also in pralaya, in this, etc. Anyway, then dhata aham vishwato mukham. Aham vishwato mukham dhata. Vishwato mukham means I have a face in all 10 directions. I am everywhere. My face is everywhere. I am all pervasive in terms of laws. Entire creation is functioning. The very creation has happened by the laws. Creation is sustained with the laws, and everything resolves with the laws. And not a single law is created by a human being. It's unlike traffic law. It's unlike taxation law. Whole creation. Even right now I'm able to speak with a certain law. Right? If you ask a scientist, people who are studying the body, they will all study various laws present here. A physiological law, biological laws, the cell is functioning with the law, everything is functioning with the law. So Bhagavan says, I am all pervasive in form of all laws. Not just earth, all, everything. And therefore, and as well, definitely I am a dhata. So definitely I give a karma phala to all the beings according to karmas also. Because it's not arbitrary. Bhagavan gives a karma phala to the person in keeping with the law of karma. Person has done a karma, then in keeping with the law which is present in the creation, I give karma phala, right? Therefore, definitely, my laws only produce the result. For all actions, right and wrong, everything. So I give the result. Therefore, Bhagavan says dhata. Dhata means vidhata. You must have heard this word, vidhata. Means giver of a karma phala in keeping with the laws, which are his laws. And those laws are where? All always. Therefore, Vishwato, I am everywhere in the form of law. Mrityus sarvaharashchaham Udbhavascha bhavisyatam Kirti Shrivapchanarina Smutirmedha pratikshama. So, Bhagavan says, Mrityuhu sarva haraha aham. Bhagavan has given a name. Means there is no death except me. I am in the form of death. In our culture, it is very, very clear. Person who is died, everyone does a namaskar. Offer a garland, flowers, and do pradakshina also, circumambulation also. Means in the form of death, I am there. Bhagavan says that. So, the definition of mrityu is to put an end to something. It's called death. There are two types of death. Even we are living, certain things are put to an end. Certain things are taken away. Same thing. That is there. That's one type of death. Like I have some money and it has gone. Death of a money. Death of a fame. Or someone having a certain fame, it just goes away. And so, title, land, possession, money, relationship. Person loses relationship for whole life. Whole life. Something happens between two. And you say, now I will not relate to this person throughout my life. Gone. There is one type of hara. Hara means harati ki hara, which takes away. Death means which takes away, which puts an end. This is one type of death. This is we call dhanahara, you can say, let's like one says sarvahara. Yeah. Sarvahara means definitely this is a death which takes away everything. Very beautifully said in one verse. I am telling them not to make you emotional, but it is to be understood. Dhanani bhumau pashavascha goshthe Bharya Brihadvari Sutah Smashani Shariram Ashesham Dharmo hi Ekaha Sahagachati Jivena. Suppose a death occurs. What happens? Dhanani Bhumau. The moment death occurs, all his wealth remains on the earth. Pashavascha Goshthe. All his cattle, animals, etc. In those days that was a dhanam. So, all his animals will remain in barn. Bharya Brihadvari, wife will remain in the home. She will not generally go to cremation ground. Generally, in our case. Bharya Brihadvari, Sutah Smashani, the son and close relatives, they will go with this person up to cremation ground. Then Shariram Ashesham. Still, body is there as though with the person. Now, body is also turned to ashes. Ashesham means na shesham, no baki, gaya. Shariram Ashesham. So, nothing goes with this person. Sarvahara. But something goes. Something goes. Dharmo hika sahagachati. The good deeds he has done during life, which has earned certain merits. Eka gachati jivena saha. Imagine. So Bhagavan says, Sarvaharaha mrityu. I am in the form of a death which takes away everything. All the relationships and these and possessions and everything. Previously he talked about that I am a Yamaha, Lord Yama. While talking about, he says, Yamaha Sanyamatam Aham. Sanyamatam means those people who are maintaining law and order, those people who are controlled. Among them I am Yamaha. Like that he said. So here, there the Yama means, Yam Dhatu is there from, means to control. Yamayati iti Yamaha. One who controls, one who always, brings law and order. Yeah. That's a Yama. Give a term of life. So that aspect we cannot take here now. So here, Mrityu means one who puts an end to everything. That way we can say he is a Lord Yama, which puts an end to everything. Or, well, I am the Lord who is in the form of a destroyer and who resolves everything into oneself. So at the time of total dissolution, he destroys everything and brings it back to himself. Yeah. Everything. He expands in the form of universe, and at the time of dissolution, he brings everything back to himself. So that is how he is called Sarvahara. In that sense, we use another word, Rudraha. Rudraha. It is all one. So Ishvara, I can say, because Yama here is already told, Sanyamatam. So here we can take it as a Sarvahara, Rudra, Ahamasmi. I am the form of a dissolver of entire creation. And then further things we'll see after 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om.